That's about it, especially in the valley. It's as long as we get. We want to welcome all of you here for our Shabbat service as we try and bring people back slowly. And we're going to start up with, we have a Hanukkah song. Evan, what do you got for us?
Yes, we have a few Hanukkah songs this evening to get us in the mood for Hanukkah, and then we will transition ourselves to Shabbat. O Hanukkah, which is number 1 on your song sheets, and for those at home as well. O Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Dreidels to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago.
We have song sheets out there for everybody if you want.
For each night we shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. Oh Hanukkah, come light the menorah. Let's have a party, we'll all dance the hora. Gather round the table, we'll give you a treat. Dreidels to play with and latkes to eat. And while we are playing, the candles are burning low. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. One for each night, they shed a sweet light to remind us of days long ago. We now turn we turn the page over to number 7, Sevivon Sov.
Agosi family, we also have out there, if you want, there's song sheets so you can join along with us as well.
Sevivon Sov, Hanukkah Uratov, Hanukkah Uratov, Sevivon Sov, Chag Simcha hu la'am, Nes Gadol haya sham, Nes Gadol haya sham, Chag Simcha hu la'am, Sevivon Sov, Hanukkah Uratov, Hanukkah Uratov, Sevivon Sov, Chag Simcha hu la'am, Nes Gadol haya sham, Nes Gadol haya sham, Chag Simcha hu la'am. And we turn back to the first page to number 3 for one of my favorite songs on Hanukkah, during Hanukkah, which is Not by Might. Not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone shall we all live in peace. Not by might, not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone shall we all live in peace. Join Rabbi in the clapping. Second part. The children sing, the children dream, but their tears may fall, and we'll hear them call, and another song will rise, another song will rise, another song will rise. Not by might, not by might, and not by power, but by Spirit alone Shall we all live in peace? One more time. Not by might and not by power, but by Spirit alone. Shall we all live in peace? Not by might, not by might, not by power. Shalom. Shalom.
Hine Matov, how good it is. Are we ready for that one? Oh, perfect. How good it is we are all here together. Hine Matov. I don't think it's on the song sheet, but hopefully if you don't know, they're simple enough words, you'll join along with us, hopefully. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Repeat after me. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. One more time. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is.
To be together on this day. Hine matov. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim. Shevet achim gam yachad. Shevet achim gam yachad.
Right. And Sussman, our rabbinic intern, and our youth director here at Temple Aliyah. It's a pleasure to be able to greet you all on the Shabbat of Hanukkah. And by the way, it's also what we call Rosh Chodesh. It's the new Jewish month. So if you're to go outside and look at the moon, all my friends here, right? If you're to go outside and look at the moon, what would it look like right now? Would it be big and full? No. No. It's like just a little thing, kind of like that. You can't see very much. It's a brand new moon. You really can't see it. And it's going to grow into a full moon. In the Jewish tradition, we love the moon. It tells us time. You know always when the Jewish month is coming. And so that's happening tonight and tomorrow. We're going to, it is Hanukkah. And so we're going to, even though traditionally we light the candles and the blessings are recited before Shabbat begins. Right, that's part of it. And then the Shabbat candles are lit. That's what we did at our house earlier tonight. But just so we can all celebrate Hanukkah, if you haven't done it, we can do it together. And those of you at home, if you have not yet lit the Hanukkah candles, we can do it with you, for you, right here. So we're going to recite those two blessings together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Hanukkah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asa nisim lavoteinu bayamim hahem v'azman hazeh.
Nice. How many of you like Hanukkah? Raise your hand if you like Hanukkah. There you go. What's your favorite part about Hanukkah? Who wants to share with me? What's your favorite part about Hanukkah? The presents. Okay, that takes care of most. Anybody else have a favorite? Yes. Your friend. Oh, very nice. How many of you like latkes? How many of you like latkes? There you go. How many of you like sufganiot? Oh, even better. There you go. We got Kim now. There you go. It's Hanukkah. By the way, that candle lighting that we did, that melody is unique for Hanukkah, and it's a special time. We'll talk a little bit more about Hanukkah a little bit later. We're going to continue, by the way, in our service. You'll be able to follow in the Siddur, the smaller of the red books here. If you have it at home, you could have downloaded it from our website as well. It's available from the Rabbinical Assembly. Shalom Aleichem you will find on page 73. And they're going to invite you to actually stand up. You can stretch your legs. Those are my friends, my younger friends. If you want to put your arms around your parents as well, or anybody you're here with, you can do that. So we're going to rise together. Shalom Aleichem, page 73.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem. Bochem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzetzchem leshalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei HaMalachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
You may be seated. Page 14, we're going to continue. Ya'alod Sadai. And can they find it there, the transliteration even? Hold on, let me find that. Page 14. And I don't see it there. What part of the page, Evan, is that on?
It's, if you
Yeah.
look at the middle of page 14 under
The
Yiram
Hebrew,
Hayam
there it is.
Umlo'o, we have
Yeah.
Ya'aloz Sadai V'chol Asher Bo.
Can we repeat after you? What if you give us each word? That way, because we don't see the transliteration.
Okay. Repeat after me. Ya'aloz Sadai
Ya'alod Sadai,
V'chol Asher Bo.
V'chol Asher Bo.
You can find the transliterations at the left bottom corner of your page, or at least it's in mine. Ya'alod Sadai V'chol Asher Bo. Ya'alod Sadai. Ay, 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 ay. Ya'alod Sadai V'chol Asher Bo. Ya'alod Sadai. Ay, 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 ay. We'll try that again. Ya'alod Sadai V'chol Asher Bo. Ya'alod Sadai. Ay, 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 Ya'alod Sadai V'chol Asher Bo. Ya'alod Sadai. Ay, 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 Az Yiranenu. Az Yiranenu Kol Atzei Ya'ar. 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 Ya'alod Sadai V'chol Asher Bo. Ya'alod Sadai. Ay, 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 Ya'alod Sadai V'chol Asher Bo. Ya'alod Sadai. Ay, 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 ay.
Page 23, if you'll turn now We're going to have Lechadodi, and this is an official welcoming of a Shabbat bride. So we're going to remain seated on page 23 for the first stanza, and then when we're finished with that stanza, we're going to turn to page 25 to the final one, and that's the one where we welcome in the Shabbat bride. Boi chala, come in, bride, come in. At that point, we'll help you, give you the cue. We'll stand. We're going to rise. At the end of those final words, you can bow and welcome in the beautiful Shabbat bride with us. Lechadodi.
Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela La 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 Lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmi'anu el ha'meyuchad Adonai echad u'shemo echad V'shemo tiferet v'litzchi la 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 Lechadodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela La 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 Lechadodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela.
We rise together, we turn towards to page 25, that final stanza there, Boi v'shalom.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam besimcha v'tzala Toch emunei am segula Boi chala La 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 Lechadodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela La 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 Lechadodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela Lechadodi likrat kala B'nei Shabbat nekabela B'nei Shabbat nekabela B'nei Shabbat nekabela.
You can turn back towards the front. We're going to remain standing for the Baruch Hu. There's a beautiful Baruch Hu that we've just begun using here. Maybe you'll help them learn this one again because it's got some English, and then it's going to turn. The Baruch Hu is it's the official welcome to prayer. And when we get to that part, the prayer leader bows for the Baruch Hu, and we respond when we have a community people, Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed. And but are we ready for this prayer? Are we ready to be praying? Are we ready to be here? How does this one go?
We're going to do the words. The beginning of this Baruch Hu starts in English, and then we'll join together as one community for the Baruch Hu. Repeat after me. Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Am I prepared? Am I prepared? Are you listening? Are you listening? Are you listening to my prayer? To my prayer, to my prayer. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Can you understand? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Am I prepared? Am I prepared? Together from the beginning. Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? To my prayer. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Am I prepared? Yalla lies. Yalla lie, lie, lie. 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 Barechu et Adonai Hamevorach, Hamevorach. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Leolam va'ed, Leolam va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hamevorach Leolam va'ed, Leolam va'ed. Yalla lies, yalla lie, lie, lie. 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 Yalla lie, lie. One more time with the English because it just sounded so beautiful as one community together. Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening? Are you listening to my prayer? To my prayer. Can you hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Am I prepared?
You may be seated. Isn't that a beautiful introduction to prayer? We're going to continue on page 40. You'll find a Havat Olam with great love. Do we love God? Does God love Israel? A Havat Olam.
Some of you may be familiar with this melody. It is an oldie, but it is quite a goodie. Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Ahavta Amcha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot Chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Otanu limadeta Alkein Adonai Eloheinu b'shofenu Ukumenu nasiach bechukecha Benismach v'divrei Toratecha U'mitzvotecha leolam va'ed Ki hem chayenu Ve'orech yameinu Uvahem negei yomam v'layla Negei yomam v'layla Ve'avatcha al tasir Mimenu le'olamim Baruch ata Adonai Ohev amo Yisrael Ohev amo Yisrael.
So nice. We have some younger families and our children here tonight. How many of you, the children know the first 6 words of the Shema? Shema Yisrael Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Do you know how to sing those words? Anybody? Anybody know how? So I'll tell you what, those of you who know, I want you just to come up on the stairs if you will. Just like you leave your mask on, and just the first 6 words, that's all you have to do. By the way, if you know them a little bit, it's okay too, because you're going to have your mask on. We'll just hear you a little bit. If you want to come stand up here, the camera will be able to see you. You'll be on camera, and you'll be able to see it later. So those of you who want to come up, all right? Yeah, Logan could do the whole thing for me. Right? I know that. Logan, you want to lead Shema V'Ahavta tonight? You want to lead Shema V'Ahavta? No? What if we do it together? Would you do it with me or no? Huh? Okay. Let's do it. Let's do the Shema. Here, just do the first 6 words with me. Okay? That'll be great. All right, we're going to join together with Logan the first 6 words of the Shema. If you want to close your eyes, you can. If not, just join together with Logan. Go ahead.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
All right, thank you. You all do a good job. You go back. We're going to continue with Ve'ahavta. Here we go.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך.
Take a moment, just continue silently and with the Hebrew or English. The bottom of page 42, towards the bottom there, you'll find Leman Tiskaru.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם וכל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
On page 40, the 4th line down, by the way, in the Hebrew, those of you who know Hebrew a little bit, the right, Michamocha by Lima Adonai. By the way, children, the story of Hanukkah. Who's the big hero in the story of Hanukkah? What's his name? Judah Maccabee, right? You learn about Judah Maccabee? So what does Maccabee mean? Sometimes we say it means Judah the hammer, because he fought really hard and tough. He was a hammer. But the rabbis, who always want to look and find something beautiful and special in names, say that the word Maccabee, or I don't know if you know this, Maccabee might come from each of the first letters of that line of Micha Mocha Banim Adonai, the Mem, the Kaf, the Bet, and the Yud, Maccabee. Ah, isn't that something? That's saying, who is like unto you, O God, in terms of rededicating that temple, the Hanukkah. We're going to join together, Micha Mocha.
We're going to need your hands and you're going to clap with us. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 yai lai lai la lai la 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 yai lai lai la lai la 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 yai la lai lai la 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 la. I think we can try that with everybody clapping with you, Rabbi. Think we got this? Oh, we got this. All right, everybody at home too. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 yai lai lai la lai la 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 yai lai lai la lai la 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 yai la lai lai la 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 Micha Mocha Micha Mocha ba'elim Adonai Micha Mocha nehedar b'kodesh Torah tehilot osef eleh Torah tehilot osef eleh מלכותך ראו בניך חוקי הים לפני משה זה אלינו והמו זה אלינו והמרו אדוני אדוני אלוהינו לעולם ועד אדוני אלוהינו לעולם ועד One more time, yalla lies. Lie, lie. Yai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai lai lai la lai la 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 lai. Yai la lai lai, yai lai 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 lai.
All right, page 45. Just turn that page. Hashkivenu. We ask God to create this sukkah of peace, this tabernacle above us to protect us all. Is this Craig Topman? Are we doing? What are we doing tonight? Which one are you doing?
This we're gonna do the one that it's a very campy Hashkivenu.
Oh, nice.
For all of us thinking about camp this evening. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, Leshalom Ve'ha'amidenu Malkeinu Lechayim Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha Ufros Aleinu Sukat Shlomecha Amen. You can find that we're going to do the English on the left side. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us daily wrong from right. Amen. Amen, everybody. Amen. 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 Amen.
It's beautiful. Page 46 at the top, we have the Shamru. It's also available on the opposite page with the transliteration, the Shamru.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, לעשות את השבת בדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי ליומם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת בדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
So I think just about everybody knows the story of Hanukkah, story in which there were some bad people who decided that they didn't want to let the Jewish people pray how we normally pray. And it happens sometimes to other religions as well. And then they desecrate the temple, which means that they broke things and they made it so that we couldn't pray in there, that the Jewish people could not offer up sacrifices. And then decided to fight. And who was the hero again? Who's the hero? Remember, Judah. Judah Maccabee, right? And his brothers, and they come and they fight. Now, what's really important to know about Judah and his family is that they weren't fighters. They were farmers. Some of them were priests in the Kohen, like that they would help out with the rituals of our lives and the prayers and the sacrifices. But they weren't fighters. But they decided that they needed to stand up and to be proud to be able to be Jewish and to be able to pray the way that they wanted to. And so they fought against the biggest army of its time, the Syrian Greeks. And this little ragtag army of people who were not fighters, they actually won. And when they won and they were able to go back into the temple, they, according to one story, what did they find? Right? The little cruse of oil, a little jar of oil. And that little jar of oil should have lasted 1 day, and it lasted 8 until they could bring in more oil. So some people talk about that being the miracle of Hanukkah. But by the way, for me, I think a bigger miracle is Judah Maccabee and his brothers being able to beat the Syrian Greek army. I mean, now that's a miracle. Do you ever use the expression miracle? Boys and girls, you ever use that? You ever use it? Probably not. By the way, when you wake up in the morning and you go into your kitchen and get food, then you open the refrigerator. Is there food in the refrigerator? Isn't there usually food in the refrigerator? Well, by the way, isn't that a miracle? Right? Isn't that something that you have food there? How about all the times that something happens and you think, oh my goodness, look at what I have. And by the way, the miracles, they didn't happen by yourself. Let me ask you something. Does the food show up by itself in your refrigerator? It does not show up by itself in your refrigerator. Who puts it in there? Yeah, your parents or grandparents. Somebody has to go out and do it. The idea is that we help make miracles happen. Now, by the way, many of you might know we have a blessing we recite over bread called motzi. Right, which goes, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Bless out that Lord God. Here's what it really means: who brings bread from the ground. Now, does bread grow from the ground? You ever seen like seeds for bread you can just plant? It doesn't work like that, does it? No, it doesn't work like that. What do we make bread from? What do we make it from? Can make it from wheat. You can make it from rye. How many of you like rye bread? Rye bread? Right? Sourdough, right? There's all kinds of bread. There you go. Now we're talking. And wheat bread, like you make it from grain. And so what happens is you have to plant the grain, you have to grow the grain, you have to cut it down, you have to take it, you have to ground it down, and then, you ever bought flour to make bread? Then you get the flour, then you have to put water and other things, and you have to mush it like this. And how many of you ever made Shabbat challah? Have you ever made Shabbat challah? Right? Does that take a lot of work to make Shabbat challah? You got to roll it up and everything, and then you finally put it in the oven, and then it finally comes out. And when you look at it, don't you feel kind of proud of what you made? Don't you? You do, don't you? You feel so proud about that challah, because it takes a lot of work. And yet we say a blessing that says, the bread just grew from the ground. And you all go like, that's not how it happened. I had to make that bread happen. Well, the story of Hanukkah is about making things happen. And it's about dedicating ourselves to doing good things. Dedicating, that's the word Hanukkah. To dedicate ourselves to family, to community. And tonight, we're celebrating with some of our new members. It's always a pleasure to have new members who come into our community. We have some of those families that are here, and so it's really nice to have and celebrate. Gave you a little gift, and Yugosi's, right? Okay, Friedman, all right, and Palacios, okay? And some of our new families. And I hope you'll say hi to each other after services if you don't know each other yet, and just to greet a little bit. Maddox, you've been here for a long time already. All right, and Tuckmans and families and Ungers for a family, and Kim and Brianna new and are visiting with us, and so it's really nice. But it's about dedication. So we're so pleased to be able to have the new families. The Amidah that we're about to recite has some special additions tonight. So one of them, and it's strange how you have to do this, those of you who would like to actually pray the Amidah, I want you to turn to page 430 for a moment. Towards the very back of the book. towards the very back, page 430, you're going to see a prayer that says Al Hanisim, and it's a special paragraph for Hanukkah. So you're going to have to hold your hand there, because at the right time, you're going to need it. And then I want you to take now the other hand, and you're going to open up to page 47. Right? Page 47 is the beginning of the Amidah, but I'm going to show you how to make this work tonight. I want you to turn to page 50. We have to do all this preparation to make sure that we get this right. On page 50, you're going to see the second paragraph at the top. It says, on Rosh Chodesh and Chol HaMoed, we add this paragraph. Well, remember I mentioned it's Rosh Chodesh, a new month. If you want to do the whole Amidah, you're going to add that paragraph. And at the very bottom of the page, in little red writing, if you didn't know to look for it, Evan, you wouldn't find this.
Rabbi, I'm out of hands.
What?
I have no more hands.
You have no more hands. On the very bottom, it says, on Hanukkah, we add Al Hanisim. So you're going to turn to page 430. When you finish that, you're going to come back. By the way, if you want to read that story to your children even during the service, feel free to. It's the story of Hanukkah in the paragraph of Al Hanisim. So tell you what, as you have all those hands there's nothing else you can hold. You can stand up. We're going to start on page 47, but we're going to do Adonai Tzvatai. What are we going to...
Yeah, we are. Yes.
All right. Let's start with Adonai Tzvatai. We're going to do that aloud. You're going to stand up, please, everybody, and then we're going to do the Amidah silently. Whatever prayers you want to do. If you want to share that story with your children and read it to them, you can as well, and we'll begin together. Which one are you doing?
Yananais. We're actually going to we're going to do the Yananais a few times to get our mindset and concentration on the Amidah. So please join me. Adonai Tzvatai Tiftach Ufi Agi Tehilatecha Adonai Tzvatai Tiftach Ufi Agi Tehilatecha.
One more time together if you want to join us, you can. All right?
Adonai Tzvatai Tiftach Ufi Agi Tehilatecha.
We turn to our silent prayers. you're finished with your prayers, you can be seated. If not, continue with them to join together.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
All right, we're going to rise for Kiddush now. Evan's going to lead us in Kiddush, page 55. You'll be able to follow along. Page 55, and going to take up that Kiddush cup with grape juice in it.
It's a little heavy, but I'll do my
okay.
best. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kirishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho באהבה וברצון הנחי לנו זיכרון למעשה וראשית כי הוא יום תחילה למקראי קודש זכר ליציאת מצרים כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. Amen. L'chaim.
All right, we're going to remain standing on page 56 for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושיע ויקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום בחשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת, אין עוד על כן ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. All right, boys and girls, I'm about to read a list of names, a very long list of names, because they are people in our congregation, people who we are remembering. They've died. Some of them were grandparents, parents of many people who are much older. And we remember these people because they meant so much to us in life. And we now remember them even when they're not here because we still feel their love. On this Shabbat, we remember the Yortzites of Phyllis Adelsberg, Robert Ambrowitz, Judith Aronson, Morris Berkowitz, Pearl Berman, Walter Block, Goldie Block, Goldie Brickman, Ernesto Buzilli, Margaret Carlton, Joseph Cohen, Wolf Drucker, John Evelstein, Milton Epstein, Suzanne Epstein, Sylvia Fisher, Meryl Fisher, Arnold Fischler, Robert Goodman, Elsie Malowitz Goodman, Bessie Gofrener, Melvin Greenberg, Harriet Halpern, Faye Hockman, Samuel Hoffman, Bertha Holzer, Zella James, Sam Kleiman, Martin Korber, Leah Alterman Levin, James Liebeskind, Lori Lopata, Eleanor Marks, Lillian Miller, Marvin Ornstein, Ruth Ornstein, Batya Queller, Joseph Rychek, Francis Richmond, Florence Rockland, Harry Rosenberg, Jerome Rosengard, Nick Rosenthal, Renee Rosenthal, Ethel Lee Rosenthal, Zaya Sanzowitz, Shirley Schneider, Robert Shore, Annette Siegel, David Strauss, William Stroll, Sidney Sylvester, Judith Tenenbaum, Irving Robert Tenenbaum, Perry Thaw, Estelle Vinitsky, Samuel Wagner, Ben Wallace, Edith Wool, Jacques Wixel, Carl Wishner, Al Yablon, and Abraham Zimbler. So if you are reciting the Mourner's Kaddish, I invite you to rise, and the words are on page 58 if you're here in the congregation. And if you're at home and you're joining us in reciting Kaddish, we will be your sacred minyan community to be able to recite those words together. You can rise with us as well. Those reciting the Kaddish, join together with me. Yit Gadal ve'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Amen. Be'alma divrach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'vyomechon u'b'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. B'galau v'zman kariv yimeru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'mei umaya. Yitbarach, yishtabach, yitpa'ar, yitromam, yitnaseh, yithadar, yit'alev, yithalal, Shemei dekudesha, brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran v'alma v'meru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'meru. Amen. May God establish His peace in the heavens, grant peace and harmony for us, for all of Israel, and all of humanity. And we say, Amen. All right, you may be seated. I just have my announcements that they gave me to be able to share with you. So we welcome everybody who's here in person and online, especially our new members who are here with us and all our new members as well, those who weren't able to make it. So nice to share with you. This Sunday, tomorrow morning we have Shabbat services at 10 o'clock. You can join us here or online. We have the afternoon Mincha Bat Mitzvah service of the Sasson family, Bat Mitzvah Morgan. We're looking forward to celebrating. Sunday, 10 a.m., we have a bar mitzvah, because it's Hanukkah. We can have a bar mitzvah. We take out Torah to read. So we're going to be celebrating bar mitzvah of Jordan Gonen, and Mazal Tov to him and to the family as well. Next Friday night, Shabbat Fusion. We hope that you'll join us. And don't forget, this Sunday, it's going to be great. We have 5:30. Is a Hanukkah celebration, and it's going to be fabulous. It's called the Electric Miracle Festival. So you're going to come. We're going to have all kinds of things to do, and it's going to be lots of lights and great for children and for families to join us. Also, this Thursday evening at 6 p.m., join us for a book talk with the author Roberta Quall as she discusses her books, Remixed Judaism, Preserving Tradition in a Diverse World. Professor offers eloquent, thoughtful, new vision for all Jews seeking a sense of belonging in a changing world. Wow. I'm going to tune into that. The Zoom link and registration are available online. And always, it's a pleasure to be able to celebrate Hanukkah with you all. We're going to conclude our service. Are we doing Adon Olam?
We are doing Odot Olam.
Let's do it a lot. Let's all rise, page 211, if you know the words, and it's there in transliteration as well. Adon Olam.
Adon Olam, Hashem Allah, V'terem kol Yitzir Nivra, Ein Asa, V'chefzo kol, Azai Melech, Shemo Nikra, V'yacharei, יכלות הכל לבדו, ימלוך נורא, והוא היה, והוא הווה, והוא יהיה בתפארה, בידו, אף כי רוחי ותשעה, והירה, עם רוחי כביאתי, אדוני לי ולא אירא, אדון עולם השם מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעת נשא וחפץ הכל אזי מלך שמו נקרא, ואחריו הכל לבדו ינוח רע, והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה, אדון עולם השם מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, לעת נשא וחפץ הכל אזי מלך שמו נקרא, ואחרי נפלת הכל לבדו ינוח נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה, והוא היה והוא הווה בתפארה.
To Alicia Cohen-Krauss, now I see you out there, always orchestrating in the back and helping arrange for tonight. And Shabbat Shalom and Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Chag Sameach.